2nd. Happy NaNoWriMo, everybody. It is not the first day of November. I know you were probably expecting a day one from me full of writing with 3,000 words, and that did not happen. October has been a bit of a struggle for us. I find myself here on November 2nd not ready for NaNoWriMo at all, and I couldn't feel more different than how I felt last year as far as having my head in the game and being ready. Hey, what's up? What's up? And that's mostly because we're fostering a dog, and it's been a really big adjustment. He is super needy and he's young, so he needs all of our attention as much as possible. He's very upset right now that I'm not looking at him. I'm gonna be a rebel anyway. I'm gonna do 50 hours of work on my revision this month. I've never done an hour goal before, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I have no idea if it's gonna be easy or hard to make up for these busy days on the back end. I will see. So the dog has been a big change, and my day job work life is just really busy and stressful, so writing has fallen all the way down to the bottom of my plate. I'm feeling a lot of really big FOMO, but hopefully the pupper Redford will be picked up and brought to a new home once there's a new family interested in him. My work life should balance out here in the next couple of weeks, so I'm hoping that this stress that I'm feeling right now will melt away and I can feel ready to focus on Nano. Last night I was down in the dumps because it was November 1st and I kind of felt like I had the worst day ever. Didn't do any writing, but I did sit down and do my bullet journal, and that felt really good. That was a good moment of self-care. Because I haven't really been great about my bullet journal basically since the summer. Oh, what is it, honey? You see a squirrel and you're mad that you can't eat the squirrel? Yeah, I know. You know, I've scribbled in it and I used it, but I didn't take that meditative moment to sit down and really set everything up. So I did that last night just in an effort to feel better, feel more prepared for this month, and feel like I had a little bit more control over things. I'll call last night a win, even though no writing was had. For today, I'm about to start my workday, and then hopefully I'll get something done this afternoon, but I'm also... What? What did you find? Oh, did you find your toy? Did you find your toy? Live streaming tonight with Caitlin Ash, so I know I have writing time set aside, so that feels good. It just depends on if I can add anything else to it today. I'll be very excited if I can. We will see. He's trying to eat my doormat. Hi, welcome to November 7th. You're gonna hear the sounds of Redford eating his toy with a little bit of peanut butter in it, so I'm sorry that will be in the background, but it is the only time that he is quiet and content and not chewing on my legs. First week of Nano was a big fat fail for me, but he's been quite a handful, and getting quiet time to write is really difficult. He just has a lot of young puppy energy still, and quiet time is not really something that he understands. It's been a little bit like toddler chasing. Luckily, when I sit at the dining room table, sometimes he will calm down, and I have gotten about 3-ish hours of writing in so far. I don't even want to know what I'm supposed to be at, but I'm sure it is way higher than that. I've been trying to write most days, and I have written most days this week, but really only like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and I'm supposed to be doing over an hour and a half, I think, every day. This whole 50 hours thing has turned out to be way harder than I thought it would, We went to an adoption event today. Potential adopters came to meet him, and we camped out just to try and give him another opportunity to meet some new people. And I think he got a few applications, so we'll see. Hopefully next week he will be on his way to a family that is ready for him. We're just trying to skate through as best we can, getting work done. Working from home is near impossible for both of us, which has been really tough. But as far as the book, I have been working on the midpoint basically this week. Sorry. It literally sounds crazy. I'm taking my time. I'm probably doing like several sprints on each scene before I move on, because I'm just tinkering a lot with decisions when my main character is deciding certain things, and I'm moving those decisions up sooner than I had in my outline, so it's kind of creating this waterfall effect. I'm also getting to layer in some mysteries. It's getting fun, you know, setting up things that I know will pay off later. Like we introduced a MacGuffin into the story, which is fun. I don't usually like MacGuffins. They have to be incorporated from the get-go for me to really like them. Like I hate when you're 50% of the way through the story and the author says, okay, now you have to go get this object. And you're like, but I don't care. So I'm trying to weave my MacGuffin in very early on so that it doesn't feel so convenient when it becomes necessary to the plot. I hope that makes sense. I am somewhere bouncing between chapters like 12, 13, 14 right now, which means I get to fill in a lot of squares on my calendar. I haven't done that in a while. I am unloading the dishwasher right now because that is one of the few things I can do where Redford will not bite me. I have to kind of keep busy. If I sit down, that's when he attacks. Instead of writing today, I felt like I needed to go back and read, and I started reading my book from the beginning. Hey, get down. Whoop. I was starting to feel a little bit lost in the story because I'm in the middle. I'm writing the midpoint. And yeah, so I just exported it. Hey! This is a mess. Oh god. I'm not done yet. I want to keep reading. I only read for about an hour, and I am counting that towards my sprint time. But I want to read it all the way through to the midpoint where I am right now, because I just need that sense of where I am and how far I've come. It's helping me feel so much more positive about all the work that I've done this year, and a reminder that I am moving forward slowly, slowly, slowly but surely. It's 188 pages in Word, and it's about 47,000 words long. So it's starting to feel like I have half a book, which is cool. I thought today about how it would feel to hold the whole thing in my hands and print the whole thing out at the end of November, and kind of gave me a big motivation boost that I really needed, because I have been losing hope, if you couldn't tell. Also found out that Redford is getting picked up on Friday to go to a potential adopter, so hopefully that works out, and the rest of my November will be about writing the rest of this darn book. So it is November 12th, and in case I haven't showed you, here is how I'm tracking my hours. And yeah, as you can see, I only have 7 hours right now. Each square is 10 minutes, so 6 squares makes an hour. And it's really not that full, considering I should be getting to halfway-ish. And then on this page I have my sprints, just for each day that I write what I worked on, what chapter I was in. And it's kind of cool to see how many sprints I spend in each chapter, you know, what's taking more time to go back over and over again, and, you know, what I can move on from a little more quickly. Hey, buddy. You ready to go meet your adopter today? Yeah? You gonna go see your new home? Oh. Being so sweet on your last day. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. You want some belly rubs? You're being so good right now. I should have been filming you the whole time. 4 weeks with this buddy. Yeah. To belly rubs. To belly rubs. You're gonna do great. Okay, you can hang out there. It's Saturday, and I spent most of the morning raking our front yard, and then got really tired halfway through and had to take a break for lunch. Just really hot and didn't want to do it anymore, and it was taking so long. And I was getting frustrated, thinking like, oh my gosh, here we go. I'm gonna have to quit halfway through and the yard's not gonna get done. But I just took a break and sat down and realized that I am a completionist. I do finish things. It might take longer than I hoped, and I might have to take breaks, and I might have to go really slow, but I do finish things. I can finish it. I will finish it. I just have to keep raking the leaves. For the first time, I logged into NaNo and looked at what my daily par would be if I was still to do 50 hours this month. And it's over 2.5 hours of sprints a day. So I still do not have my hopes up. Okay, hi, welcome to Sunday, and what a Sunday it is because I am just no makeup, cozy sweater, house cleaning mode. I did do a half hour of writing sprints this morning, so my writing guilt is somewhat lifted. It's not a lot, but it's something. I am trying to forcibly lift my spirits a little bit and let go of 50 hours. Don't think I fully considered how doable or not doable 50 hours was going to be for me. And I just wanted to try, and now I'm wondering if maybe I should just set my sights on 25. I really don't want to just throw in the towel and stop writing. I mean, I've still written almost every day this month, and is that every day? No. Have I been writing my par every day? No. Am I writing more than I would in a usual month? Yes. That's something to hold on to. And so I really just want to keep writing as much as I can this month and just see where I get. But at the same time, I think that is kind of one reason why it hasn't felt like NaNoWriMo to me. I don't have a par. When I'm writing, I kind of have that feeling in the back of my head that's like, you just have to write as much as you can. And that's kind of damaging because nothing ever feels like enough. And I never feel like I've done what I need to do and I can put the pen down and go on with my day and do other things. I don't have that dopamine hit of doing what you need to do and accomplishing what you need to do. And I think that is part of what keeps you going and what makes you want to do it day after day after day. So it's definitely not feeling like a regular Nano. It's not a regular Nano, and I'm already being a rebel, so I might as well just rebel further and change my goal. Don't love it, but I'm gonna keep writing. And I had this really cool moment where I was looking back through this muddy middle that I'm slogging through right now and realizing that, you know, I kind of started working on chapter 12 and I'm already on chapter 16, so I'm making progress through the middle. It is happening, I'm getting somewhere. I spent time looking at my outline and realizing that certain events are only a few chapters away, and I can get out of the middle if I just keep writing. I feel like once I get into Act 3, it's going to be a very quick downhill slide through the rest of the draft. I'm still hopeful that I can finish by the end of the year, which really is what I want most of all. I want a solid draft, first of all, done by the end of the year, second of all. Doing a true Nano and doing a crazy get all the words, get all the time Nano doesn't always serve that larger goal of wanting to have a solid draft. So I am letting myself tinker on chapters. I'm letting myself read over paragraphs, think about how I'm weaving things together. That was a lot of just crazy, that was a lot of thoughts, but it's going to be a good Sunday of more checking to-dos off of my list. That was so satisfying. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is November 19th, and I have the day off from work. It was so busy at work this month and really stressful because we were gearing up for our society's big conference. Just lots of coordination and after hours work and stuff. So now that the conference has passed, we all decided we would each take a day off, just relax and try and catch up and de-stress. So I picked today so that I could have a long weekend. I would really love to just write most of today and kind of treat it like as if writing was my job and really get in a few solid hours of writing work done today. I haven't really written very much this week, just half hour here and there. It's just been a really long work week, trying to catch up, like I said, and I got really into an audiobook and just wanted to spend all of my free time reading that audiobook. It is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and I feel like she's going to be a new auto-buy author for me, and she just made me so excited to write contemporary romance next year after this fantasy book is resting, and I just have had so much fun reading it. It's kind of fun for me because my job is science research adjacent, so I work on a scientific journal that publishes medical research, and that's kind of what I spent this whole month doing, preparing for a big conference and helping papers be published simultaneously to presentations. And that is kind of a part of this book. The main characters, Olive and Adam, are scientific researchers, and so it was really fun for me to kind of understand all of the name drops of different journals and jokes that they would make about researching and publishing research. A character got a reviewer comment back about their font size being really horrible, and I have definitely seen many comments like that, so it just kind of made me laugh, and I really enjoyed the book regardless. It was just really well written, and I really enjoyed the characters, so that has been lovely. It's so rare for me to really like devour audiobooks. Like, it really is a slog for me sometimes, so that's been fun and distracting and part of the reason why I haven't been writing this week. I am just going into today with a good attitude. I am no longer trying to reach a certain goal, although I would really love to at least do 25 by the end of the month if I can. But I am letting go of expectations. So we're gonna have a good writing day. I have lots of time off around Thanksgiving, so maybe that will be helpful as well. Again, no expectations. I think the end of the month is going to have a lot more opportunity for writing than the beginning of the month held. So, let's just go about my day off and see how it goes. Okay, so quick update. What I've mostly been doing lately is rereading the next section in the zero draft that I need to rewrite, and it is a part of the middle that in my memory felt super disconnected and muddy and just really messy, and I've been kind of dreading getting to this part of the middle, and it kind of surprised me how much better it was than I thought. I had some really good character moments and story moments in here, and I definitely didn't remember how much I had fleshed it out. And there's so much more in here for me to work with than I thought, and it's not good, but it's not absolute garbage either. And that is a great feeling. That is a little relieving and surprising. So yeah, after this kind of middle section, there's going to be a twist, and there's going to be a reveal that really puts a huge damper on my character's romance. You start your main character's downward slide where things start to get worse and worse and worse and worse until they hit that dark night of the soul moment. So I'm very excited to get to that turn and have the story start feeling different. Like, we've been on this really kind of sweet arc with the romance where she's getting close to someone for the first time in her life, and they're having trust in each other, and then I'm going to ruin it. And so I am, as a writer does, selfishly looking forward to ruining it all and really enjoying some angst again. I'm having this moment where having the zero draft and the new draft up on my laptop in split screen is really annoying because my laptop screen is quite small and Dabble has a lot of sidebars, and I was like, I wish there was a way I could fix this. And there is, because I totally forgot that I have a printed copy of this whole darn thing that I made myself. So huge. And spiral bound it for this exact reason. So I'm gonna break this out and start actually using this and transcribe from this from now on. So let's see how that goes. So I am currently transcribing from page 134 in the zero draft, and the first draft is already way longer than that. This middle part is chapter 12 in the zero draft, and I'm making it now chapter 18. So yeah, the theme of this rewrite has been everything is getting longer. I'm not gonna shake the camera like I always do when I'm at my desk. Okay, should I turn on a light? It's kind of dark. Slightly better? Oh my god, you can see how tired I am. So I wrote an hour this morning, which felt really good, because I haven't really been writing that much. Yeah, I had a really nice writing day on Friday, like you saw, and then Saturday and Sunday did not write. I got my booster shot Friday night, so Saturday was kind of a wash. I just really felt like garbage. But mostly just busy doing other things and doing other chores. Lots of errands and personal projects going on this weekend, but I honestly don't regret it. I was feeling a lot less scatterbrained, and I think that's okay. If I want to do 25 hours, which I really do, I need to do 11 hours in 8 days, counting today. And I think I can do it. I know that Thanksgiving is like the day after tomorrow, and we're traveling to North Carolina tomorrow, but I have the rest of the month off from work after tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day of work in November in the nano times. Remaining positive. I'm not gonna be like overzealous and just say, yeah, that's easy, let's do it. I've learned my lesson. No nano goal is easy. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. 25 hours is the name of the game. So I'm in a section of the book that I was really dreading getting to, but honestly, ever since I pulled out my physical copy, which I should go get, ever since I started writing from this copy of my zero draft, things have just felt so much better and clear. And thankful to past me for making this for me. It's horrible and it's full of holes, and you know, the plot is just who even knows, and I'm doing a lot of rearranging, but it feels like I left myself a trail of breadcrumbs, and I'm so grateful. And that's such a cool feeling to think back to my past self last year and be like, wow, thank you, me, for doing this. Thank you for writing this zero draft and doing the hard part, even though this current part feels pretty hard too. And doing this because the revision that I'm doing now just like couldn't even exist if I didn't have this to work from. I can see it getting better. I can see the ways that I am improving it. I think I'm just an analog person. I know this. Whenever I get to the middle of the book, I really struggle with feeling very muddy and not being able to place myself in the story, in the timeline of the story, and just feeling like, where the heck am I? Just something about having it digital and just being in a mess of words on either side. Being able to flip through the words helps me have such a precise idea of where I am, especially since I'm moving stuff around. So I can look with my eyeballs at the part that I'm moving and order things in my head with my eyeballs. Flip to that section and write it, then flip to the next section I'm using and write it. I think that is really reducing my stare into space time. For whatever reason, I feel like that decision making is going a lot faster now that I can just flip through it and make those connections. I think that's it. It's going okay. Yeah, just really see if we can bust out a half nano of sorts and get to 25 hours. And then maybe I'll do it again in December and do another 25 hours, because I'm finishing this book by the end of December. This first draft is going to hit the end. I'm going to continue to vlog it in December, and it's feeling more and more possible. You know, the middle is finally rolling. We are in Bad Guys Close In, and we are getting up to a big twist, a big reversal that's going to kind of change things for my character, make things a whole heck of a lot worse, and Dark Night of the Soul is well within reach, so that makes me feel like Act 3 is well within reach. Ha! It is November 29th. Oh my gosh. It is day 1 of 2 of crazy catch-up writing days, and we're doing okay. I'm just like so jittery. Ugh. I started the day with 17 hours of writing done in the month. To get to 25, I therefore need to do 4 hours today and 4 hours tomorrow. And that is very intimidating. When I'm doing a regular word challenge, I can usually do my words in 2 hours. And to be honest, 2 hours is kind of when my drafting brain taps out. So I'm very intimidated by doing 4 hours today and 4 hours tomorrow, but I really want to try. So I got up this morning and did my 2 hours to start. So I'm going to break it up into chunks because I think if I just sat down and did 4 hours all at once, I would just hit a wall, and I don't want to do that. I want to prevent myself from hitting the wall. This morning I did 4 30-minute sprints, and that's kind of just going to be the name of the game when I get back to writing later today. Just going to do the chonkiest sprints possible, and yeah, I kind of think that's maybe where I went wrong in the beginning of the month. I did all my writing sprints, and I did a lot of like 15s and 20s and 25s, and I should have just been doing 30s the whole time. As far as the book itself, it is feeling okay. I'm kind of in a little bit of a self-doubt cycle right now. I'm writing like the big midpoint turn, and it's feeling very melodramatic and a little bit CW, and it feels like, well, it doesn't just feel like, it is. Every scene for the past few scenes has just been like an intense conversation. This person talking with this person, and then we move to this person talking to this person, and blah, blah, blah. So that just makes my white room syndrome huge because nothing is happening. People are just talking, so that's when my white room syndrome kind of takes over. I just don't love how my character is just going through these scenes having to just react to everything. So she's just feeling very reactive and passive right now as she's just taking in all of this information and kind of like processing the twist that just happened. It just makes me feel like she's not an active character, and maybe that's okay for her to be reactive in this moment, but I'm very self-conscious of it. This is something that Martha Alderson talked about in her book, plot being a series of actions and reactions, and the plot tension rises when your character goes through moments where they are on the bottom and they're reacting to something that they didn't expect. Plot is a cycle of reaction, action, reaction, action. So maybe I just don't have enough action in this midpoint turn, but I'm trying to let go of it, and it's feeling very zero drafty, even though it's not. You know, this is my second time writing these scenes. They're not as bad as they were before. I already got the very worst version out of the way, and that feels good, but it still doesn't feel great. In order to keep myself accountable later today when I do my second writing session, I'm going to do it on stream. I haven't solo streamed very much, but I think I'm just going to pop on and see who else is doing last minute writing sessions. And I'll force everyone to do really chunky writing sprints with me. So we'll do that at 4. I have a few hours in between now and then to kind of take a break from writing and hopefully let my drafting brain rest a little bit, maybe do some video editing, because I'm very aware that this vlog is going to be huge. And then at 4 o'clock, it's back to writing.
Many hellos. And Violet! Hi Violet! Welcome, welcome. So excited to make one of your lives. Well, this is the second one I've ever done, and they're very far and few in between, so no worries.
Hey. Good morning. It is November 30th, and wow, is my November 30th so different this year compared to last year because I am cramming. I've got a lot to do. I almost got my 4 hours yesterday that I needed. I did, I think, 3.5 and it was really hard. Wow, I just did not want to do those last few sprints last night. So I'm a little intimidated. Actually, I'm a lot intimidated by how much writing I need to do today. Yesterday, I was writing all day, and it actually felt like Nano for the first time all month because I was pushing myself really hard, and I don't think I've had that feeling of really pushing myself this month. You know, past the point of your brain is mud, but you're still writing anyway. I definitely hit that point yesterday, and I'm sure I will get there today as well. So yesterday the live stream went pretty good. It was the second time ever streaming by myself, but once again I had to end it early because StreamYard just completely froze. Like my whole screen turned white. And I couldn't see any of my buttons, couldn't share the screen, couldn't even end it, so I was just trapped in my StreamYard prison and everyone could still see and hear me. It was very traumatizing. It was so lovely to see everyone who came. Thank you if you're one of those people. It was so nice of you. And man, November 30th, I just can't wait for this month to be gone, to be honest. I know that I have a lot of writing still to do in December. I really want to relax and enjoy writing Act 3 and finishing this book. The really cool thing that did happen this week is I crossed 60,000 words. And damn, it feels big. It feels huge. My zero draft, the whole zero draft was about 77K. And right now I'm almost to Act 3. So it's quite a lot bigger and it feels like a motherfucking book, you know? I'm just so excited. And I talked last year about how when I did my zero draft and I finished it, I didn't have that feeling of, oh my god, I finished a book, you know? I didn't have that euphoric, like, sense of achievement. And I think when I write the end on this draft, I am gonna feel that way because this shit was hard. Rewriting this book was really hard, and granted, I went really slow. I took months off from writing this year, but it took me a whole darn year to rewrite this book. The finish line is in sight, and I'm starting to get really excited. I'm also starting to get really nervous, realizing how poorly written it is in some places, and getting a little discouraged, but I bounce back and forth between discouraged and proud. And what writer doesn't? I feel like that's probably a pretty common feeling for everybody, so I think I need to get started on my writing. I know that I'm going to be live streaming tonight with Caitlin Ash, so I have a lot of writing time set aside later, but that is quite late, so I want to make sure that I get in a lot of good time while my brain is awake and fresh and it's morning time. That's how I'm feeling on November the 30th. I have a lot of writing to do. Let's go get some sprints. Chapter 20. Let's go. 1 hour down. As you can probably tell from the sun going down and my tired expression, it is much later in the day. It is about 4 o'clock and I've been writing pretty much on and off throughout the whole day. 2 hours and 40 minutes done. I know I'm also going to be doing 3 25-minute sprints later tonight on the live stream, like I said. To be honest with you, I'm going to call it there. I am not going to do any more writing today. Apart from the live stream. That means I'm gonna come in just short under my goal of 25 hours, but I am okay with that because your girl is burnt out, burnt, toasted. I don't have any brain cells left for writing, and it was really getting stressful there during my last sprint. I was getting really upset because I am just really burnt out and don't want to be in my story anymore. I'm sick of it, want to do other things. Mental health just took a slide there. And you know what? I just said, why the heck am I doing this to myself? I wrote for over 2.5 hours today. Goddamn, that's fine. That's enough. I wrote over 20 hours and I wrote almost every day this month. I am just gonna say I'm fine with that. And, go on to the live stream in a positive mood and not be dreading it. Because I think that was really stressing me out, thinking that I had to keep writing up until the live stream, and then when I finally, oh boy, did get to the live stream, I would be not a person. I'm going to call it quits here, go into the live stream with some fresh energy, hopefully, and finish off Nano on a really good note with my friends. But otherwise, enjoy my afternoon, enjoy my day off, replenish the well a little bit. I was just slogging through this section and I was basically copying my zero draft over word for word, changing the POV like I have been this whole time, but really not adding anything to it. And I don't love that. I'm not thinking creatively about how I can make the scene better. I'm not thinking about, is it in the right setting? Are the right people here? What could I do to make this more interesting? To weave in some plots. The past 2 days have just been all A plot. A plot, A plot, A plot. And I've completely dropped all my subplots. And I'm just not being creative about weaving stuff in and elevating this draft. And that is a sign that I need to stop. And I'm just pushing through for the sake of pushing through. And that's not what this draft is about. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Have a great live stream later tonight. And whatever I get, I get. And I'll be good with that. I already fell very short of my initial Nano goal, and this Nano has not been a regular Nano for me anyway, so, why make myself even more miserable? That's the update. Yeah, that's all I got. How's it going? Happy Nano, well, not Nano Eve, Nano last day. What's the word? The eve of freedom. Cool. Well, hey everybody, my name is Anna Robbins. I am a fantasy writer and I occasionally make YouTube videos now and then. Tonight I am working on revising my first book. I've been revising it all year and all month. Okay, last sprint of Nano. I'm gonna try and round up to 24 hours. Here we go, 25 minutes, let's go.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm hoping to do this every Nano month, get a different group of revolving co-hosts. I think it'll be super fun. And maybe even it'll be like a new trend in AuthorTube. We'll find out. Yeah, we can do our introductions because we have passed. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I am sorry. I was gonna say I am group.
You should have.
We are group.
I am grape. Thank you for having me, Caitlin.
I can't.
Good night.
I hope everyone had a great November, and thank you all for being my revolving co-host and dealing with this chaos.
Thanks for having me.
It was awesome.
All right, bye everyone.